Do you find yourself looking for new ways to add flavor and flair to your fresh produce, but you're not sure where to begin? Well, I have got you covered. You have come to the right place because that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. My name's Tiffany, and I help busy millennials who feel overwhelmed in the kitchen learn new skills to create quick, healthy meals with wine pairings. Check out my link in the description below. Follow me on social media for daily tips, tricks, recipes, and inspiration. And while you're down there, be sure to click the link to download your copy of my free weeknight recipe guide featuring 7 recipes that go from raw to ready in less than 30 minutes, saving you time and energy in your kitchen so you can start spending it doing the things that you love to do the most, which I'm guessing is not spending hours and hours in the kitchen. So in this video, we are going to highlight 9 of my personal favorite spices that I have been using for years to add fresh flavor and flair to my side dishes to get out of that recipe rut and start enjoying not just my time in the kitchen, but my time elsewhere as well. And that's not all. I also have a super simple strategy to help you create the perfect wine pairing to go along with your new creations that you will be falling in love with. So be sure to stick around until the end. Let's get started. So the first seasoning is rosemary herb. Now this is a blend of rosemary, thyme, lemon, and garlic. It is my personal favorite to put on top of roasted potatoes or add a little bit of honey to your skillet while roasting carrots, but it is also delicious on grilled chicken, pork chops, steak, you name it. And for those of you that are looking for a fun twist on homemade garlic bread or pasta sauce, here is your answer. This rosemary herb is very versatile and perfect to add to almost anything for just that little touch of fresh herbs, lemon, and garlic. Now the second one is black truffle and herb. Now this is a new addition to my collection, but it has made amazing burgers. Adding a little bit of this to your ground meat with some egg and breadcrumbs while making those homemade burger patties, delicious. Regardless of what you're adding on as burger toppings, this adds that little bit of flavor, a little bit of herb, a little bit of garlic to those burgers. Amazing. Now this is also really fun to add on to some roasted chicken and broccoli. You can even make a gravy out of it. Perfect for fall or those busy weeknights when you don't have a lot of time to get dinner on the table. This is going to make that 20-minute meal super fancy and smell and taste as if you spent hours trying to make it. So with this blend, you are going to note flavors of obviously the truffle, some fresh herbs, garlic, salt, and pepper. And next up, we have got Green Goddess, which is not just a seasoning mix, but this can actually double as a veggie dip and a salad dressing. Another very versatile one to have in your spice cabinet. So this Green Goddess mix is a blend of herbs, onion, and citrus. Seasoning on its own, it's going to be delicious on fresh cut tomatoes, cucumbers, and olives, especially if you're looking for a fun Mediterranean pasta salad. But as I said, you can also mix this with either Greek yogurt or sour cream to make a veggie dip, or mix it with your oil of choice, a little bit of vinegar, and a little bit of Greek yogurt or sour cream to make a delicious Green Goddess salad dressing. And of course, that dressing is not limited to just your fresh greens on a salad, but it can also be used as a sandwich spread or on wraps. My personal favorite, over chicken and fresh veggies inside of a lettuce wrap. This is definitely going to become your new go-to during the warmer months. Now, before we jump into the next group of 3, I want to hear from you. What is your current go-to seasoning in your spice cabinet? Drop it in the comments below. I would love to learn more about you and what's in your spice cabinet, and share my personal recommendations on how to use that to add some extra flair to your family's favorite recipes and start making cooking more enjoyable again, one recipe and one glass of wine at a time. So our next seasoning is chili lime. Now this is a fun twist on your traditional chili mix with that hint of citrus lime and a little bit of extra cumin and chipotle to add to that smoky flavors. So this, of course, can be substituted in place of your normal chili seasoning when making chili, but it's also going to add a fun twist to your taco meat and fajitas. When it comes to produce, this chili lime rub is my personal favorite to put over sliced pineapple, sliced watermelon, sliced cucumbers, and mangoes. It's going to add a little sweet heat to those fresh produce for a nice fun twist to enjoy all year long. And next up, we have got what used to be an exclusive, which is why it's in a different container, and that is honey sriracha. So this was originally an exclusive to Taste Buds subscribers. One of my personal favorites of having that Taste Buds show up every month is you get an exclusive seasoning that has never been released before and can't be found anywhere else. And in a previous month, that was honey sriracha. So this is a nice sweet heat combination of your sweet honey and your spicy sriracha. Together, they make a harmonious blend that is going to be perfect for not just veggies, but also proteins. Some of our go-tos are putting this over shrimp for a nice twist on shrimp tacos. Also delicious on roasted broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. And you can also make a fun dressing or marinade to use over your chicken breasts, pork chops, and other meats before grilling. Another very versatile option that is definitely going to tantalize your taste buds. And next up, we have got lemon garlic. Now, a fun combination of your traditional garlic with that citrus twist of lemon and a little bit of fresh herbs. This is another fun one that doubles as not just a seasoning, but it is going to also make a delicious veggie dip, sandwich spread, and salad dressing. Another very versatile seasoning that you need to have in your spice cabinet. This is also really fun to add to pasta salads in the summer. And when it comes to that sandwich spread, delicious with chicken or turkey. And again, one of my go-tos is to put that over turkey with your fresh veggies inside of a lettuce wrap. Now this seasoning is also delicious on Brussels sprouts. Now, if for those of you that are not on Team Brussels sprout yet, I highly encourage to give this a try, and it just might change your mind. Before we jump into the last set of seasonings that are going to help you spice up your kitchen life right now, I want to remind you to hit the subscribe button because I'm dropping videos like this every week, and I would hate for you to miss out on the next tip or trick shared right here inside my tasting room. So next up, we have got everything but the pizza. So if you are a pizza lover like me, you definitely need this in your spice cabinet. This has all of these savory flavors of tomatoes, herbs, garlic, and onion that you find in pizza, but there's no carbs. So it is a bonus to add in all of those flavors without the guilt of eating all of the pizza crust. Now, when it comes to this seasoning, of course, you can make your own pizza sauce with it, which is one of my favorites, especially when canning tomato season is happening. But you can also spritz your pita bread or cauliflower crust with a little bit of oil, sprinkle this on top, and you have got a nice fresh pizza flavor without the thick sauce. This is also delicious on a fun twist for grilled cheese, adding some of that pizza flavor, as well as turning it into a pasta salad or fresh chili. So many possibilities with this seasoning, and it smells just like homemade pizza sauce. Next up is more of the sweet variety, and that is Savory Maple. Now, this was also a previous exclusive to Taste Buds subscribers, and so many people loved it that it is now a permanent part of our collection. So this has all flavors and aromas of fall with the fresh maple and a hint of baking spice mixture. This is my personal favorite on sweet potatoes, whether they are diced, roasted, or sweet potato fries, doesn't matter. Perfect pairing to go with those sweet potatoes. It's also delicious if you sprinkle on a pork chop and either grill or bake it in the oven. Most recently, this has become my new go-to for salmon. So you can either skillet fry the salmon, roast it in the oven, or my personal favorite, roasting it in the air fryer. It caramelizes the maple flavors and the salmon stays moist and flaky, and it is delicious. With this savory maple seasoning, you can also make a sauce, mixing it with a little bit of soy sauce and honey. So delicious when drizzled over some roasted or steamed broccoli, cauliflower, and sliced bell peppers. Again, the sky is the limit when it comes to versatility of all of these seasonings. And then we have salt and vinegar, everyone's favorite potato chip flavor. And now, thanks to this seasoning, you can make your own salt and vinegar chips at home. This is my go-to whenever I am roasting kale chips, zucchini chips, potato chips, cucumber chips, carrot chips, you name it. All of the veggies, when they get sliced and roasted in my air fryer for homemade veggie chips, this is on it. And I will not make them any other way. Now, this seasoning is also delicious as an added touch to your chicken breasts, pork chops, turkey, steak, seafood. Again, versatility is truly amazing. So many options when it comes to this and all of the other seasonings that we have featured today. So let's keep this momentum going and help you create the perfect wine pairing experience to go along with the new creations that you will be tantalizing your taste buds with after you try these seasonings. So tip number 1, as a general rule, red with red and white with white. So generally speaking, red wine is going to go best with your red meats and your red tomato-based sauces. White wine is going to go best with your white meats and your creamy, cheesy, garlic-based sauces. But that's not always the case. And that leads us to tip number 2, which is to consider your sides and seasonings. When it comes to picking out that perfect bottle of wine to go along with your meal, you need to look at the meal as a whole, not just the main course. So look at the sides, look at the seasonings, and find some common flavors. Does everything central around garlic and herbs? Is it more of a savory flavor combination? Is it spicy? What are those notes that you are noticing, bringing everything together, and what notes do you want to highlight? That is what you want to focus on when looking at that perfect bottle of wine to bring everything together. And number 3, sweet likes heat. So when you find yourself enjoying spicy cuisine such as Mexican, Asian, and curry, you want a sweet wine, either red or white, depending on what you're serving, to go along with that spicy meal. Now you might be wondering, why do I want sweet? Well, the sweetness of the wine is actually going to cut back on the spiciness of the food, calming it just slightly, enough to bring out other flavors in that food that you may not have otherwise noted. This is also a way for those of you that were just like me, that did not like spicy food, to make it more tolerable because of the wine pairing. But of course, if you're looking for an accent to the spiciness, grab yourself a dry wine instead and it will do just that. But remember, I warned you. Now, if you are ready to become the wine pairing guru in your social circle, download your copy of my free basic wine and food pairing guide in the description below to become not just the wine pairing guru in your social circle, but also learn new tips and tricks to tantalize your taste buds to go along with your next meal.